I told him to you can't treat a glazed lily like a cat.
Hey,
Tighnari!
Oh,
We didn't have any...
well, the exhibition includes even so.
Oh!
Not this time.
Mr. Tighnari! Sanjay! He...
Apologies, traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got...
Tighnari's busy no matter where he is, huh? Yeah, seems like it. Hey, don't look at Paimon. Well, looks like Tighnari might be busy. Wow, look at these flowers! They smell so...
Huh?
Paimon's... fine. She's just got...
Rainbow roses.
It's... But...
A moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Incense? Oh, the scent is so nice! Whoa, that was fast! Paimon doesn't have to sneeze anymore!
Think nothing of it. From your seen as we're booked.
Oh, so you're... Paimon is...
The traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the steambird.
What happened back there? What?
Have you ever, to put it simply, well, but there's no need to worry. Pollen out.
Oh, well, that's...
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air. Emily? Ah,
It was nothing real. I'm more curious as to why you thought the traveler and Paimon.
remember the first time we met? You fainted at...
The spirit born you...
It's not really something you can...
Exactly.
Whoa. Good thing Paimon isn't allergic to any...
In addition to medicine...
And that's what.
A flower expert?
Wrong.
Well, I did come.
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time.
It's a kind of.
Auguste.
In an ancient language. That reminds me. Are you perfume mania? It all started when no one and the demand was too. The value of these, but at the end of the day, perfume is luckily in the end, only a few wealthy families.
What does all this...
Well,
10 million? Then what about now?
after the mania ended, most perfumes returned to its namesake, the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, indeed, when the bubble popped.
But didn't...
Yes.
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
I have to agree.
Even if I can look divine, noble, one of a kind, all beautiful sentiment when it comes to perfume.
Wow, so...
Of course, every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of a goose.
Okay, that's...
Ever since that room, if I can then I'll be...
That makes sense.
Oh, I would, of course.
Well, you said it...
Based on the information I have so far, it's Mr. Edgar also thinks...
I was just...
Edgar?
The person you've been back when he was still working...
I should also mention...
So, this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine, but then he came to Sumeru to teach people from Fontaine? It sounds confusing.
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they going to make that mora back?
It's been so long. Well, You... Oh, yeah, okay. Hold on.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emily, I've heard you've become...
Oh, well.
I've taught many... And who are these two?
They're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Emily's friends.
And these two gentlemen?
I'm... yeah.
Merchant?
You must be here to look...
Well, I'm guessing you're here for the same... I commissioned that being... Some of them were one of a...
Maybe some...
No, I don't think so. A goose is even more... Although...
Impossible. If a goose were that...
Technically speaking...
Well, let's... No. By the time compared to things we...
Wait, are you saying...
Just thinking out. We don't have much to... You all traveled...
Ooh, you've got the keys to the room?
I managed to...
Oh, and...
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect... although...
Well...
Of course, no trouble at all.
All right, then. I'll prepare some...
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers? Looks like this exhibition is...
No, that's a florist thing. We work close...
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite. And my brother will be staying on the other side. Blaze?
Yes, of course.
All right, then. Where can we find your...
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought. Could I trouble... Is that so? Mr. Ood, Mr...
Hey! What are you doing?
That's Master's voice.
Edgar!
Master!
Hey, Hey, Edgar?
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can... Oh, thank you.
But that's the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit. I check. Oh, but that's impossible. It's not like that kid can... the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit.
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle? Oh, really? Do you think whoever... Well, we looked up...
The most important thing we can do now is...
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, he's still unconscious and inducing vomiting could obstruct his... Yes. But first, Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucien.
Wait,
Hey, were you talking to us, mademoiselle?
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of it. There were 4, a research, the 2, in the end, every time your brother...
Miss, you have a What?
Amber wine is a unless...
Emily, you little...
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to criticize you, but if Masters attack, so I'd like to.
Fine.
Sylvain?
Lucian, if this will help us find Kit. You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us sometime down the road.
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind him. Still, that's how I met, but we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher.
But...
What?
It didn't matter.
What?
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew all of this already?
The name wasn't mentioned in...
Kyria was he was just a clueless kid back Vijava kept after all.
So, you...
Vijop, if she left something...
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to...
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was
poison! If Auguste could be considered... We're not looking for... We only... As long as...
So that's why you...
Yes, exactly.
Anyway...
Well, at least...
Well, glad to... Lucian, let's head back to the room and rest a bit.
Yes, of course.
Huh, you think so too? But based on Sylvain's tone...
the way you exposed them like that? Just based... Oh, right.
Oh, yes. That's because most of the patients I encounter...
So you're...
Close. In fact, with just a small alteration to the form, basically, I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient. Actually, Traveler, could I trouble you to report back to... I'll stay here and continue to look after...
Take it easy.
Whoa, why the rush?
What? He's the most famous...
Sheriff, have you received any reports?
No. I'll start gathering my force.
What about you, Tighnari?
I'm sure the sheriff can...
But she said...
Then she was far... Not to mention that... As for me...
Oh, that's right.
From Emily's letter, certain. I didn't have time to... I have friends in Sumer. I'll leave you and Emily...
Well, it's been a day. Wonder if Tighnari's discovered anything. But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first. Emily!
No longer my chemical analysis of Auguste also went smoothly, although it certainly raised some...
Elemental energy?
Hard to say. I had to use... Unless you were as for weather map...
Oh, that reminds... Oh, Paimon thought he might have... Excuse me? Is Emily here? Oh, perfect! Familiar faces!
Colin. Ah, of course. Tighnari's apprentice. And please, no need.
Oh, did Tighnari send you here? Yep. Master, anyway, based on what they've reviewed so far, they believe there's Master considered that possibility as well. How is that possible?
It's starting to...
Hey! Lucian!
It's Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Kirio came back?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just now... It's locked?
There's no one here.
Lucian! 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 Come on! Wake up! Emily! Emily! My brother!
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain.
No, no, that's not... That's...
Traveler, Calais, Mr. Sylvain has gone. He needs some space to calm.
Of course. Leave it to me.
Thank you, but... Mr. Sylvain, we'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Poor guy. He's like he may have made some bad decisions.
Good person or bad. The death of a loved one is all the moments he shared with his brother.
If Kirio really...
Lucian can no longer speak. Traveler, I've got things covered here at the scene. I'll leave you to contact the...
Who would have thought? Yesterday's case is still up in the air, and now this happened. Miss Emily, I heard you're...
Oh, I'm not actually a friend. I did take a...
Then...
Of course, I appreciate...
We'll help you. And the windows... Well, looks like we've
So, did you find anything?
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
But
No, his reaction...
then...
I agree.
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything you and your brother did since yesterday afternoon. Did you see or...
After Kirio attacked Edgar, we returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors. The only door, but I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise.
So, no movement from the room next door. No signs of a
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucian's pupils were dilated. There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so...
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose? Oh, no. Emily, you ran your test.
No.
That may be true.
Master!
Edgar? You're...
Thanks to Emily. Sylvain, no matter how hard you may try to hide it,
Edgar!
even if we could keep it, no, he would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena. That's Vijava's real. Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She was an exiled...
The Fatui.
Ah, so you've already...
Oh,
The August
The Fatui.
born of a delusion.
that's enough. At first, Yelena, it didn't have any effect on...
So you decided...
Listen, unless you were...
It may be true there are no records, but even if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market despite explicit knowledge of its harmful effects is still a serious crime. That explains why the Fatui.
Ha! Auguste, what?
So there's Bab...
What about you?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care, but before we could even...
But if her goal... Yeah, she could have just...
I thought about it for everything she did. One of the reasons after arriving in Fontaine, Yelena continued.
So she couldn't flee with her brother.
If her true identity, the Auguste Flap,
So the wealth you...
most likely. That's why Lucy...
Why is
I don't think he knew his sister. Yelena always wore...
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kiri... I'm not so sure. Even if you knew the truth, it's hard to pull your...
Very true.
Edgar!
Think about it. If we hadn't...
We were just trying to... Lucien's crime.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, and a crime committed in Port Ormos. Well, we can only wait until the Academia sends someone to deal with...
The hotel could, although with...
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain is to... I'd just like... As for Sylvain, would you be willing to grant...
Well, the man we grew to know and...
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
Happened tonight?
Yeah, all we know is that he uses a goose to poison people. But we still have no idea if he targets...
That may be true. But what if we can take advantage? If we...
Master, no.
If Kyria... In other words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture? Not necessarily. I just want to talk.
Afraid? I'm spending the rest... As for the...
I'll admit, it could work. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel.
I still have some reservations. But if you...
I'll also keep...
Although, if Kyria noticed...
You mean if he doesn't...
If that were to happen...
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
All right. We can...
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's the one who helped. He taught my child how to make perfume.
He hasn't been convicted.
Oh, everyone on... Let's head back to the hotel and take a break.
Take it easy.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here, I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
Oh, that's very kind of...
Oh, it's not... You seem very...
Oh, Hey, Emily, Kale. Oh, are we interrupting? No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway. I've just been thinking. There was just a sync when I accompanied maybe Kyria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to... So did he attack Edgar as a warning?
Based on what we've heard,
Losing his sister, whenever I get to thinking like that, I'm sorry.
there's nothing in all my years. Some of them surround your... So while you do Sylvain and answering those questions, I've witnessed, but generally speaking...
Once you're consumed by...
You're right. But that all... I understand...
Huh.
Emily, Traveler. Huh? Edgar.
Oh, it's you two. Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to be out and about like this?
Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru. So
We could do that for you, Master.
no need. I would imagine Sheriff...
The Night Watch.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but we still don't have anyone standing guard next to Sylvain's room. Exactly. After some discussion, and Emily's expertise is sure to come in handy in a pinch. That's why I want you two stationed next to Sylvain's room. So, are you up for it?
Sounds perfectly...
Huh. Not a peep. Has Kyria given up on his revenge? Get... Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Perhaps Kyria's true motive... No, that can't be right. If all he wants, there must be something we're missing. Something extremely important.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like, oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Flowers... Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
Hey, did you hear?
It was the older of them.
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named...
Listen up, everyone. This is an act of crime.
It's been 3 days...
Do you think it could be the work of an evil... I mean, how do you get a...
Keep it moving, everyone. No loiter.
I suppose
You don't know that. Kyria...
you were the only...
Even if I wasn't there,
Is that so? I have but Kyria. It really makes you what?
if you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kyria himself.
But Emily... But so many flowers were transported here for the show. Whether Kyria... I know it's a lot.
Of course, Master.
Really? Now I...
Sheriff Sham still has some questions.
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting.
I'm sorry, Master.
Another all-nighter. Emily still isn't back. I hope she did. Yeah, that's
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is, after listening to him, to be honest, I'm still not sure how the crime was committed.
the key clue was right in front of us the entire time. Let's go. I'll show you where the culprit. This is it.
The glazed lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emily, you're back.
Exactly.
a flower that...
Exactly. That's why Kyria chose.
If poured into the flower pot. There's a sticky. If you stick the.
That's right, that way. However,
And Kyria could.
by the next morning, the same.
Wait a second. And how did Edgar...
That's because a goose is.
That can't be right.
I wouldn't use the. You can think of it this way.
All kinds of essential oils. The incense in Sumer.
Alchemically produced essential oils, the primordial sea.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to Sumeru. Ah, yes. I definitely remember.
In Sumeru, it's not
Flowers were pretty important to this...
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
No wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel. He probably used them, but in the end,
There's a saying among, but up until this, but because he's been disguised as some.
Creating such an intricate. It all point. Kyria and Edgar.
But... Kyria was only in his teeth. Edgar's lived here.
Bad news, Sheriff. Mr. Edgar was attacked.
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of... But before we could even reach, do you think Kyria...
I need you to think very...
I mean...
It would seem Master decided to tap into an.
what? But that's so dangerous.
But... What?
No. If his aim was to target.
If he lives so...
Then.
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
Where in the world did he go? Let's ask the merchants nearby.
It's all right. Please calm down and take a deep breath.
How could...
If we go any further, we'll be out of port almost. It'll be hard to...
It's all right. I can detect. It's this way. Please follow me.
The wind knows me.
The scent is getting stronger. This.
You want me on your team?
I've been waiting for you for ages.
I have high hopes for this journey.
Oh! O's! Are you all right? Were you attacked?
Let me take a look.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, this feels...
Everything looks all right. It was probably...
I can't rest. He's a good man.
O's, you need a comp.
But how is that Mr. Edgar is...
That's precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary measures to Agent Kyria used...
No.
And what if they... I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Kyria killed the real... While Edgar was the new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire. And Sumeru, as the years went by, he removed his disguise...
That explains he aged himself.
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that...
What, you really...
No,
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, I know how to I'm sure Kyria...
Kale's right. The Traveler and I will take things from here. This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision... Actually, I hate to...
Hear that?
Traveler, for someone who's...
Don't worry. We're not going to... Monsters. Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy.
Reconstitute!
I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
Whoa, look at all the... There are so many of them. I can't believe...
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon.
But he only needed a...
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only emotion. Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the but Kyria betrayed Snežnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life for someone with nowhere to call home. plant that destroys seeds. Huh, quite the ecological marvel. Let's head back to the place where the seeds first appeared. The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end. The scent of flowers.
Did they catch up? No. My strength is just waning. But it doesn't matter. This is far enough.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years ago in Fontaine. Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but I always understood. The reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on fire, it was all because of me. I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you earlier. I should have died with you that day. Yelena? Yelena! No! Don't leave me! Please! Yelena!
I'm alive. No.
That was an illusion.
No. The amount of a fake.
We started making the preparation to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making,
the product in its most primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind. Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better, right?
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed. Miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emily?
I got it.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste?
Convincing you that
Impossible. If Auguste...
it was a combination, but recently,
Rainbow?
Auguste was created perfumery, the mythos surrounding
The past.
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known, but the meaning you believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind. Your obsession...
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
Well, so, since you've been... that means the new...
Yes.
Who knows?
I know if you had all the crimes he...
Is that so?
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
I don't feel the need to justify. I did. But
Careful, everyone.
Stick close and hurry up. We can't let Edgar die.
looks like
Of course, Master.
the combination...
The scent of Auguste, so as...
You're saying...
rainbow roses, but if you cultivate...
Rainbow roses. Glaze, Lily, Elena.
Adventure time! Off we go! Did you know?
Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume.
I was hoping to release... I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth. Especially after I did. Also, I was hoping you could...
Of course! Oh, it's not...
Besides, when it comes to perfume...
Right! Do those flowers have... a language of flowers?
What each flower is said after returning to Fontaine, I did some research. Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always intended.
You think Kyrian...
I paid him a visit. Who knows? Yelena is gone. Even if that avenging her... Kyria cultivated his revenge like a flower. In any case, thank you for saving my life. Love and hatred are when someone died, but even if it's only a conjecture, the meaning we give, and yet at the very...